Hello! How you guys doing? We have an ad break incoming. I'm not sure why it started now. But let's wait for a minute. We'll jump into the heat of things in just a minute. Hello, Kana. How you doing? Welcome. Turn the music down a bit. Apologies, my throat is a little hoarse still. I got a little hoarse in my throat. Tell me how you guys been as of late. Ad break ends in 5 seconds, then we'll jump into things. Yep. Welcome back from the ad break, everybody. Everybody who happens to be here. Let's yeah. So what we're doing today is woodworking. And specifically carving some wood. What you're making? Well, I'm gonna explain in just a moment. Let's jump in here. Hello! This is my desk. Welcome to my desk. We are doing this on my computer desk because unfortunately I don't have a way to get the webcam all the way to the woodworking desk, which I was pointing at. For some reason you don't see it. Like here, all the way over there to the woodworking desk. So we're gonna do it here. Here instead, I jerry-rigged this contraption on top of my 2 monitors. 2 out of the 3 monitors I have. Well, actually, I can just show you guys. Oh. I have this half of a, I think it's a 2x4, which I put on my monitors so I can get this goddamn webcam somewhere. That's the best I could do right now. Yep. What we're making today is we're gonna take this piece of leppä. Now I have to Google what is leppä. Alder. Piece of alder, because alder is a pretty soft wood. It's easy to carve. You're gonna get wood shavings everywhere. I know. It's all for the sake of content. Yep. So we have this piece of alder here, which I have prepped. So I sanded it down to not be as rough. It was straight from the I ordered it straight from the saw, so it's still got some gunk in here. We're gonna draw what we're doing on this piece of alder, and then we're gonna start carving. I don't know how long. I have no idea. I never done this kind of a stream before, but we'll see, won't we? I'm supposed to be a professional woodworker, so Let's see. Okay, so this is our piece here. Then we have the Japanese pull saw, my martini knife, or puukko, because in Finland this is specifically the shape of a puukko knife. It's a traditional Finnish instrument. Then we have this. This is my favorite knife. I bought it from a local blacksmith years ago. I really like it. It's got this leather cord handle. And then we have our carving utensils. Here we got the, I guess you could call it like the pull. I mostly use it to do like pulling cuts or shaves. You got the pushing shave. You could basically use both of these for both, but I feel a bit safer doing pulling shaves with this one. And then we have the spoon carving knife, which I'm pretty sure we're not gonna use today, but we'll see. It's good to have on hand, you know. So the first thing we'll do is move all of these out of the way and start working on the design for what we're gonna carve. And if you wonder where I'm moving all of these, I can show you that too, because it's a thing I'm fairly proud of. Here on the floor we have my little couch desk. What do you call it? Like a coffee table, I guess. I made it out of pretty much scrap wood I found on a work site a couple of years ago. It's actually the same where this horrid piece come from. So from this wood I made this little coffee table. Now if you are in any way a professional woodworker, you're gonna probably laugh at what I do and how I do, because it's been a couple of years since I did any sort of proper woodworking. So apologies for representing the noble craft of woodworkers incorrectly, but that's life, I think. Okay, so what are we doing today? We are making a birthday present for a friend of mine. So we are carving a red panda. I wanna get some references on this here screen for myself. Still wondering, should I do it like standing or sitting? Sitting is the opposite of standing. You know, sitting on its hind legs, or walking, or laying down. That's, oh, I also have a bit of paint from a miniature I was painting earlier. It's okay, the worst way to disgrace wood carving is carving into your skin. I hope we don't carve into my skin today. I have done that plenty enough back when I was studying woodworking. So maybe today we'll save ourselves from that. I'm thinking we could go for like a maybe like a chibified red panda, so like half and half height, pretty square. Hold up, let's take my what do you call it? Kulmaviivain. Suorakulma. This go quite on the mark. Do I have any? Oh, here's one. Oops. The good thing about, you know, making woodworking stuff is if you mess up a line with your pencil, you can always just sand it off. I think we'll do like a 5 centimeters for the head. How wide is this? It's almost 5. Hello Geo, thanks for the subscription. 16 months, holy shit. I can be your right angle or your right down. Shut up. Oh man, that's funny. There you go. And then here's a trick I learned from Rex Woodworking, I think, on YouTube. I kind of knew it already, but it's recently I saw a video from him reminding me this, because if you put this on the line and you draw your line from there, you get a little bit of a discrepancy, because of course this pen doesn't go straight on the line if you have this on here. So first you put your pen on the mark, then you push your angle on the pen, and then you draw the line. And voila! Look at that. Clean on the dot. And now we're just gonna do that whole way around. Oh, excuse me. I punched you with the square. So just put the pen on the line or the mark. Push the square on the right angle on the mark, on the pencil, and then you draw. Same all the way. Now we'll see, did we do an accurate job here? All the way around. Almost. There's a bit of a jump, but it's barely noticeable. And since we're carving and we don't really need the right angles for anything other than getting the picture we're gonna do here correctly, I think this is fine. And then another line 5 centimeters down. Pleasant beginning of the weekend for you all, by the way. Completely forgot. It's Friday now. How are you guys doing? How are you spending your Friday? Hope you all stay safe and healthy. We got a bad case of norovirus at my work. So I'm hoping I don't get the shits this weekend. I don't want a diarrhea. Let's see if this one went a bit better. Oh, look at that! That corner right on the mark. Well, almost. Pretty close. It's like maybe half a millimeter off. That's nothing for me. Because, like my woodworking teacher used to say, when you're studying metalworking, you're going by centimeters. But here we do things correctly. I am not one to do things correctly all that often. Of course, this is not the best piece to show all of this, because, you know, this wasn't right angle to begin with, but this will be the thing that gets off. I'm gonna mark it with the X so we remember. As a present for making it until the weekend, school has gracefully given me more schoolwork. Hell yeah. Good on you, school. Okay, so now we need the red panda. This will be the front. So we're marking 2.5 here, divided into 2. So we can get it almost symmetrical, I think. And then we divide it into 2 again from here. Because pandas happen to have a pretty uniform heads. I was thinking would be a lot of wasted material if I did it so that the ears are from the same piece, you know? So got me thinking, maybe when I start roughing out the shape, I'll saw off some offcuts, and then we'll later on glue the offcuts back on top and shape the ears from that. Pretty smart, if I do say so myself. The eyes are gonna be somewhere around here. I'm not making this entirely accurate. It's gonna be more of like a chibified red panda. We're gonna give him a blib. gonna be his sideburns, whatever you call them. Move the other eye a bit further to the left and find my eraser. God damn it. How can I lose all of my erasers? I'm an artist. For Christ's sake. Oh, by the way, the playlist we're listening to is Woodworking Music Playlist by Jesper Makes. Acoustic country and folk music from Jesper Makes. It's specifically woodworking music, so you know it's gonna be good. Is this enough of a bleb face? That we need red panda from the side. And similarly we cut bisect it. There you go. Nope. Almost messed myself up here. I started drawing it like as if the middle of the nose was on the center line, but it's the eyes, right? So let's put the eyes somewhere here. This, and then it's gonna freehand the for the nose. There we go. Here are gonna be the ears, somewhere around here. We got an ad break starting again. But don't you guys worry, I'll be here when you return. I think that's good. I think that's pretty red panda-ish because I'm either way gonna paint it later. So that's how we're gonna get the final shape of the whole guy. Yeah. Then we should probably give him like a body. Red pandas are so weird shape. Weirdly shaped little guys. But hey, we can make the head at least. From behind. I'm not sure if I'm gonna even finish it today. Probably not. I just wanted to do something on stream, and this is as good as any. I think so. Now, Johnny, you see the issue here. This is not square at all. How can I show you? Look at that. It's flush with the top. It touches the bottom corner, or the left corner here. And there's like a... What is that? At least like a 4mm hole there, so the... My shape's probably not gonna be all that accurate, you know. Give or take a couple millimeters, it's gonna be fine. Yep. It's okay. We can manage with this. Where the head touches the top. I'm gonna do something, but first I need to clean it up because the corner has a lot of burr, like wood burr from the big manufacturing saw that this comes from. So yeah, I ordered 3 pieces of alder from a knife making company in Oulu, which sells like handle stocks. These are supposed to be like knife handle stocks, but you know, good for carving though too. And I immediately felt how pleasant alder. Jesus Christ, I always keep hitting you guys. I'm really sorry. Like how soft alder is compared to something like what is it? Spruce. No, birch. Birch is what I've usually carved on. Like for example, this one, my little effigy I made of the Finnish god of forge and craftsman Ilmarinen. I made this out of a piece of birch that was originally from a pull-up bar we have on our kitchen door frame. There was like a solid 20 centimeters of extra in the pull-up bar, so I cut it out and I carved some stuff out of it. Look at the dude. Look at this dude. Yeah, this is my first like proper project with carving knives. I received as a birthday present from my now fiance, and I'm pretty happy with it. With this dude. He got the bellows, because that is the mark of Ilmarinen. It's like a divine symbol, I guess, even though Finns weren't all that religious with their gods back in the day. Welcome back from the ad break. Getting confirmation I'm getting a PS5 today. Pretty excited. Oh, nice! Have you, like, ordered it somewhere, or what's the deal? Buying it used from a friend. Oh, nice. Hell yeah. Recycling, my dude. That's like... what is that? Centimeter and a half? Eyes. Somewhere around here-ish. Maybe a bit closer to the middle of the face. Now, once again, I'm sorry for not being much of a yapper. Yeah. Much too excited to just do things, I guess. Here we go. Okay, there we go. You got the two sides. I'm probably gonna follow this more closely. It's just so I don't like deviate too far from the measurements, but this is a lot closer to what I want it to look like. Okay. Then we're gonna start roughing out the shape. And the first thing we'll probably do is cut this corner out of here. And then we'll do these corners and the back. Oh! Almost forgot the body. We're nowhere near close. I'm sorry, guys. That would have been embarrassing. Red panda sitting. Let's see. Oh. Gonna give him like a I think one of these. By the way, I just saw red pandas the other day. I visited the Korkeasaari Zoo, the biggest zoo in Finland, I think, with a group of kindergarteners. And here are gonna be the feet. Do you feel what I mean here? Then here's gonna be the tail. Big bushy tail. Just gonna rough out the body is giving me a bit more trouble than I was expecting. No matter, let's do it like this. Side profile looks pretty funny, but it's gonna be fine when it's done, I think. Yep. Okay. Then time to start doing the woodworking thing. Gonna leave plenty of space here to smooth out the curves, but this is where I'll be starting to cut. And fortunately, yeah, I think I can do it so that I can follow the center line on the front, the straightness of my cut. Now there's gonna be some loud sawing noises, but I think anybody minds that. We are doing woodworking. Needs to cut from the other side. I've never sawn alder, and now I can see why it's good for carving, because it's so soft. I was really surprised. I thought I'd have to put a lot more force into it, and now there you go, that's the first cut. Continue with the other. Try to get it as close to the center line as possible. See how badly I mess up here. He don't miss. He don't miss. Let's take the rest of the cut with a knife. Oh, that's a lot more than I was expecting. Oh! Look at how cleanly it shapes up. Oh, hell yeah. I love alder. There you go. That was the first cut. Now then. See how close it went to the line we were making here? So we don't have all that much to cut off anymore. Let's rework some kind of guidelines here. There, and then somewhere around here-ish is gonna be the cutoff point. From here to there. Gonna mark it with the knife. Get it more accurately. Oh, it's so soft. the wood. There we go. Roughing this sucker out. Then we have the other side. Just gonna eyeball it. I know I said this is a carving stream and we have yet to get the carving itself, but you guys don't mind. My first time. And credit stream, so sometimes you want to try something new. Sometimes it obviously doesn't work. Oh yeah. Okay, let's start roughing out the shape of the head a bit. Oh, this wood. It's so nice to cut into. Sorry, you can't see anything. Usually, you know, when you're carving, you're supposed to do it pretty close to your body. But obviously with the stream setup I can't really do that. So we'll see how this goes. I didn't really think of that. Now did I? we're gonna change to the pull knife because I don't trust myself enough with the big boy knife right now. It's been a while. See how good, how well. Oh, I'm getting a bit of a half job. Woodworking half job over here. This feels so. Oh my god, this feels good. Like pleasant. Not like. You know what I mean. Get your head out of the gutter. Even though it was me who was talking about half jumps like a second ago. Head only slightly penis shaped. Well, it's gonna be a penis shape for a while. Until it's not. Trust the process. Gonna draw this here line all the way through. Then we'll go from here. Hey Saturn, how you doing? Welcome, welcome, buddy. Haven't seen you in a while. Hey, dude, haven't seen you in a while. Yeah, exactly what I said. Welcome. We are woodworking. If you can't tell, I am making a birthday present for a friend of mine, and thought I'd, you know, monetize the process, I guess. I'm not entirely sure how all of this is going to go, but you know, don't knock it till you try it. I have never done this before. Shit. Okay. Well, goddamn. But we'll see. I also haven't really carved anything this 3D shaped in nature, I guess. All of my earlier carvings have been pretty flat. So we'll see. It might go horribly wrong, but that's why we have 3 pieces of alder in stock. How you been, Saturn? Haven't seen you in a while here. Working on growing potatoes again back in 2024, and infestation killed all our potatoes. Oh shit. And we have to sell all our chicken, but now the winter's done, I'm trying again and learn from the past. Oof, that's rough. Sorry to hear that, buddy. Hope the potatoes treat you better this time. That sucks. Potatoes are pretty durable. The problem, everyone, even ants think they're delicious. Yeah, I remember we used to grow potatoes back when I was a kid. Almost every year. And I do think, like, what is it in English? Uudet perunat in Finnish. What is it? Early potatoes, I guess. Like the early summer potatoes are one of the best food you could ever imagine. Don't you all grow potatoes to make vodka? I think that's more probably Russian thing. I'm sure some Finns do, but yeah, not me. Never did vodka. Vodka out of our potatoes, but yeah, I do think there's some companies in Finland who do vodka out of potatoes too. Kind of struggling here now. Have a hard time, like, mentally mapping out what's gonna happen next. I think we're gonna do some deep cuts with the saw here to get things moving along a bit quicker. There's a lot of material to work through. Take a while with just the carving knife. Now that we have the saw cut here, we have something to push the knife against, so we can do these quick pull cuts to get more material out the other way too, so we don't just lose the material on the top. You know what I mean? I think we're gonna remove a bit more material before we start working on the face. I think we still need to define the nose a bit more. We need a deeper groove here. I think I'm getting a bit too hasty. Trying like, we need to get more material faster, quicker, more effective. That's not how carving works. It's slow, It's meticulous. And it's kind of tedious at times. So Saturn, what are you gonna do differently this year with the potatoes? Is it just that you now know how to take care of the ant infestation, or are you doing some secret potato trick to not get the ants so interested in your potatoes? Work your potato magic, my guy. Sorry, I'm back from ads. What was your question? Oh, right. Yeah, welcome back from the ads. I always forget to check if the ad break is going. What was my question? What are you gonna do differently with the potatoes this year so that the ants don't get it? Is it just that you now know how to handle the ant infestation, or are you doing something different with the whole planting process? Or what's the deal? Basically, a few friends made some suggestions. Planting mint drives them away. Oh, cool. That's interesting. I'll have to remember that, because we've been considering moving to the countryside with my fiance, and we'd love to grow some potatoes of our own. Also, getting ladybugs eat ants. Nice. Thinking when we eventually move. My parents used to grow root veggies, but they got all eaten by voles. Ah, that sucks. Yeah, I've been thinking, like, after we move to the countryside with my fiance, I'm thinking I wanna rebrand my stuff a bit. Not like, well, not rebrand, but I wanna broaden my stream stuff. I was thinking like I'd want to do like blacksmithing and woodworking streams a bit more. And just generally like do stuff not on the computer. Some IRL forest walking streams or whatever would be pretty pleasant, I think. Deepen this part here. Man, it's hard to... Can't see the end result in my mind's eye as well as I'd like to. Here there's crop-friendly ant killers, but also higher setup where you're gonna plant, like have a bunch of sticks, logs, small rocks and compost under. Around and top where you're gonna plant will help with bugs and ants. Interesting. I have a immense respect for anybody who does like growing their own food and whatever. Anyone who lives even remotely off-grid, like self-sustaining lives, I'm very jealous of you, and I tip my hat to you, Saturn, for growing your own potatoes. That's pretty cool. Big respect from me. Still gonna need to go a bit deeper with the shape of the head. It's not... The nose doesn't protrude out enough. Not much. We also grow other things like dragon fruit, moringa, and my mom even planted a coconut tree 3 years ago. It's alive, but coconuts take 7 years to grow. Oh, that's very cool. Thinking we'll probably go with the basic stuff that works in Finland, like growing, you know, potatoes, onions, shallots, tomatoes, cucumber, probably. And at some point we want to get some sheep and what are they called? It's like juoksuankka. I don't remember, but they're like upright standing ducks. I don't remember what the name is in English. I think it's juoksuankka in Finnish, like running ducks. We're gonna get some more material with the big knife, but before we do any of that, I gotta take a little bit of a bathroom break. I'll be right back. And we're back. Hello. Welcome, everybody. Drinking some non-caffeinated Pepsi. My parents, just when I was on the toilet, sent a message to the family group chat that they found from some cupboard or whatever the original Game Boy Color, and with it were Pokemon Yellow and Crystal. That's pretty cool. I'm surprised they've survived this long. Yeah. At least now we know where they are. Okay, one thing I'm gonna do now is take this trash can here and clean up all the gunk I have on the mat right now. We're gonna save the cutoffs for possibly the ears. Let's see, and oh, Jesus Christ. Still feeling kind of sick from the influenza a couple of weeks ago. Oh. And we have a clean workspace again, because one thing I've learned from my time as whatever is to keep your workspace clean. Because before you know it, you have literal garbage on your desk and no idea where to put it. I think we need to flatten out the head a bit more. That's a big ass head for a red panda, don't you think? I think like about this much off, right? It's a good cutoff point. I'm gonna mark it down there, and just so we don't have to spend all day on this, I'm gonna do a bit of a lobotomy. Bring out the shape here. I do have a Dremel. Well, my fiance has a Dremel because she also wants to start doing like wood carving stuff. But I personally kind of like just, you know, fiddling with the knife, whittling away. It's relaxing. It's the kind of zen stuff that makes me feel wholeheartedly alive. You know what I mean, guys? Do you guys have something that you just do for the sake of doing it, even though there's easier ways to get the same results, but it's just the act of doing whatever it is you're talking about here is what makes you do it. Like for some it could be running or walking. It'd be a lot easier to get everywhere with a car or a bike, but just because you love the act of walking, you walk. You know what I mean? So more stuff off here. Get the forehead a bit more shapely. What do you guys think? I think this is starting to look a lot more what we're going for. For me, it's a physical calculator. Calculator, I need the buttons. Interesting. But yeah, I get it. Like using your phone just doesn't have the same feeling. I see the snout, I see the vision. Hell yeah, Kana. That's exactly what I want to hear right now. Also, I just want to say, it's Friday, there's a lot of people streaming. I appreciate you all for being here. Makes me feel special. We have an ad break coming in 3 minutes. 3.5 minutes again. Remember all. Stay hydrated. Get yourself some water. And some snacks. Big part for me of getting into the flow of working itself, just like doing any kind of work, is that I am properly dressed for the work. For example, if I go go to like a woodworking shop and I'm wearing some loose hoodie and like trousers or like workout pants, I can't do woodworking like that. Woodworking needs clothes. Working needs clothes. Same thing if like I'm taking care of kids at work in a daycare. I can't go there looking too fancy because then I'm not in daycare mode, you feel me? You get what I mean? Gotta dress for the job. Test out the ear deal here. Just rough out the shape of the ear here, just so kind of see the vision of what I'm going for. Okay. So this I'm gonna connect somewhere around here. Oh, add break again. Okay. Thanks. Welcome back from the ads, everybody. We're still here. Still carving away. Mm-hmm. I think the snout is starting to take shape finally. Oh, look at that snout. I think for the sake of myself, I'm just gonna not do the bleb. Just give him a little tiny mouth. Okay, now we have to figure out the eye situation here. Something like... Or should we give it the like actual red panda eyes, the tiny ones? That's gonna be really hard to... Maybe I'll give it the... Let's see, what are they? They're like almond shape, I think. How? 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 What's the next step here? Next thing we could figure out is how to get this out of here. What I think I'm gonna do is sew it straight down, give it like a shoulder line, and then we can work the chin up from that. Oh. So I'll give us a place to start the feet from at some point. That's it. So we have to take all this out. And how do we do that? Well, Since it is a very soft wood, I think we'll just go with my biggest chisel and hack away. So I'll be right back with a new tool. Okay. Big chisel time. Hell yeah. Here's my big chisel. It's... I always forget the measurements. It's a 2.5 centimeter chisel. So we only have to take like 1.5 chisel lengths or widths worth of material away. Oh, from here. But I need my mallet. I'll be right back. I'm gonna look for my mallet. Ei vittu. Ei perse. Lisää minun nuijaa. I just used the mallet like a couple of weeks ago. How can it be missing now? Let's see. Oh no. Now, for the sake of not destroying my table, I think I'm gonna take this over to the woodworking bench and beat the shit out of it over there. Now, if you want to see how that looks like, we can turn the camera around for a moment. Un momento. Hello. How are you doing? Let's go to the woodworking table. Unfortunately, as you can see, my woodworking table is full of shit. So I have to move stuff a bit. Okay. Let's see what happens here. Maybe we'll rough out the... Is it deep enough? I know you can't really see anything because my giant back is in the way, but you know, it's the best I can do right now. Maybe one day I have enough money for like a multi-camera system. But today is not one of those days. Okay. Let's see what happens if I start malleting away. man, it was easier than I thought. Okay. Hey again. Let's put on my nearsighted glasses. Oh. There we go. I'm doing great. That's nice to hear. Thanks. Thanks, Saturn. Okay, this is how much we got away with the big chisel. And I actually didn't even need to use the mallet because because I'm a professional, but because I had just sharpened the chisel and Alder is so soft that I got away pretty easily with it. I could just push and wiggle the chisel a little bit, and most of the material came off right away. Take away the unnecessary shoulder here. There we go. Okay, from here we need to make it like flare out so we get the sideburns. So I'm thinking the eyes need to go. I'll just make him like little peeper eyes, like tiny little eyes. Otherwise we don't have enough room for everything else. This is kind of a trial and error way of carving because I'm, you know, not all that great. But that doesn't mean I'm not gonna do it. So to about here, do the sideburns. Except over here are gonna be the ears. About here. I think we need bigger pieces for the ears because this doesn't look like a red panda. It looks like a chihuahua. So the eyes are, I think, gonna be like here. Oh, by the way, Saturn, I haven't seen you here in a long while. Have you seen my newest videos? I'm not sure how long it has been since you first last time came here to hang. Okay, this is what the eyes are gonna look like. Maybe. Chance. So from here on both sides, I'm gonna like flare it outwards to the sideburns. And I think for that we need this second knife. I should have commented on the last one. They were good. I'm glad to hear it. I appreciate your input. I was pretty happy with the couple newest videos, and I have 3 more on the works. Well, actually 4. Like I have already recorded the sounds for the like the voiceover for the second D&D one. And then I have 2, which I'm gonna probably record this weekend about Pokemon. And then I have 1 a bit more serious video on the martial arts of the Finnish military. I was going to go film some stuff for it earlier last month, but unfortunately I got sick with the influenza. So I had to postpone that, which sucks. I was really excited. I was gonna go to my friend's MMA gym and film some stuff with him, but yeah, sometimes life has other plans. Like the East Asian martial arts video and the video where you were right about the bucklers. Yeah. I'm pretty happy with the East Asia. I'm pretty sad it got such low viewers. But the buckler video, I think I hit it right on the mark with the half sword early access being released like 2 days later. So was a pretty good place to post it. Let's see what the numbers are right now. Yeah, the buckler boxing is sitting at a comfortable 2K views. The East Asian martial art has 105 and the D&D Barbarian video has 123. So all of them are sitting at pretty decent numbers right now. I always rewatch your videos sometime throughout the year. I appreciate it. That's very nice to hear. I'm glad they have like replay value. Like I don't know. I like making the sort of second monitor chill content, both here and on YouTube. I don't take YouTube all that seriously, of course. There's always the little tiny voice in my head going, what if your video doesn't get enough views? Oh no. But like, genuinely, who gives a shit? As long as the people who watch it like the video. I just looked at your Twitch front page. I didn't know you had a watch channel. Yeah, I don't think I've advertised it nearly enough. I've had it for like a year, and I haven't posted anything on it in like maybe 3 or 4 months now. I have a lot of backlog that I just haven't had the energy to upload to the YouTube. I might start doing it this year a bit more. I have posted quite a lot. Let's see. Are they not visible to you? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 14 videos. Shit, it's ad break again. Yeah, I'm sorry. I've put the ads on minimum. They come on every half hour because, you know, Twitch was making me roll ads. Welcome back. Yeah, sorry about the ad breaks. I can't really do much about it. Twitch wants me to show you ads every 30 minutes or so. I could maybe make them like every hour, I think, but then the payout would be smaller. Although, well, I haven't gotten anything from Twitch yet, so maybe the payout doesn't matter. And at this point, I'm too scared of even getting the payout from Twitch, because Finland has recently tightened their unemployment like what do you call it? Who's eligible for unemployment benefits and all that. So if I get unemployed this summer after my current gig ends, and I get a payout from Twitch, the unemployment office will think I'm an entrepreneur, and they'll take away my unemployment. So I'm kind of glad I don't get any money from this, because that would be the only money I get at all at that point. Employment or disability benefits, I get that too. Yeah. Life is a bitch, and not everyone is suitable or even capable of doing regular 9-to-5 work. And I, as someone who currently has a job and pays taxes, I am perfectly fine with the idea of me paying for other people's unemployment checks and disability checks, because I've been in the same boat myself numerous times, and I'm really glad we have the kind of social security network we have in Finland. Even though they're constantly trying to make it worse, because Finland is in a severe debt right now. And the unemployment rates in Finland are the worst in the entirety of Europe at the moment. We are not in a good place right now. There's something wrong with the shape of the face here. I think we need to go radical here and take more chunks of like this. I thought that was Greece. It was Greece for a long while, then it was Spain for like the past couple years, I think, and now it's Finland. We went past Spain and Greece in one fell swoop. The situation is really bad here, guys. Extremely bad. If any of you have any extra money to spare after all your like own expenses, of course, that's always the first. Please support Finnish artists in any way you can, because Finnish artists are struggling at the moment. Not me, I'm fine. Don't send your money to me, but if you know any Finnish artists, please follow their stuff, share their stuff, like their stuff, and if you can, help them out in any monetary sense. I went on a rant about how the current government has fucked up every chance it's got with unemployment and cutting benefits while teaching 9th grade social studies. Ooh. Geo going for the throat on Finnish government. Give him health pay. Did you hear what was it, Ireland? What they did with the artist like support? I think they gave like a day rate for every like professional artist, like a daily salary for like I think it was like 1,000 artists. They tried it for a year, and the payback was Iceland did that. I remember it was Ireland, but yeah, Iceland. The payback was so big that they now have it for every professional artist, I think. Sweden is like right next to y'all, and they're like the richest country in Europe. I think Norway is a bit richer than Sweden. Also, Sweden has its own issues, but yeah, Sweden is really big on technology. Something we kinda fell off. Nokia, the biggest employer in Finland, decided to not go for smartphones back in the day. And Nokia fell off pretty bad from the market. What's happening here? Wait. Come on. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, Luxembourg is really rich. All of Norway's wealth is in oil. It's not an innovation market like Sweden is. Yeah, but you know the situation with oil right now. So Norway having all its wealth in oil is not a bad thing, per se. What with America going for the throat on pretty much everybody. This might sound offensive, but I wondered this since I was a kid. Why don't y'all, Sweden and Norway, become one big Scandinavian country? Cultural differences, historical, how'd you say, issues. Because all of them, Norway and Sweden and Finland and Sweden have fought numerous wars because of this exact issue. But we have as close of a teamwork, I guess, as you could have with pretty much any country with the Nordics. We have our what is it, like a trans-Nordic defense contract where we train our militaries together, like couple times a year, I think, and we have the free was it like free roam between the countries? You don't need a passport anywhere you go from like the Nordics. That might be actually like across Europe or like the EU countries, but yeah, we do a lot of cooperation with the Nordic countries, but just like Gio said, there's an old Finnish saying, we are no longer Swedish, we will never become Russians, so let's be Finnish. Finland was in the middle of Russia's and Sweden's bickering for hundreds of years. So I don't think we want to get in the middle of that anymore. Do you know what Estonia is? Because I think I heard they're trying to become Scandinavian. Well, Scandinavia is kind of a concept anyway. It refers to the Scandinavian peninsula, which technically could also go all the way to Estonia. I'm not entirely sure what the geological cutoff point for Scandinavia is. But yeah, Estonia is Finland's dear cousin, I guess you could say. That's how Estonians and Finns see each other. Are they Nordic? They're as close to Nordic as a Baltic country can be. It's European relations are kind of complicated. Estonia is Baltic, but they really desperately would like to be viewed as a Nordic country. They're like the cool younger cousin of Finland, I guess you could call it. I really like Estonia. I like Estonian culture. I like most Estonian people I have met. They're all really nice. Of course, there's assholes everywhere, but if Estonians dislike Finns for some reason, it's probably because of our alcohol tourism over there. There's a lot of Finns who go to Estonia to buy cheap liquor and just mess around and kind of gives a bad name for Finns outside the country. Fun fact: Estonia is one of the least religious countries on earth. Yeah. And Estonia achieved its independence pretty much entirely without fighting. It was like they achieved their independence by singing, I think is the story. Let's see. Estonian singing revolution. That's it. Series of events from 87 to 91 that led to the restoration of independence of the three Soviet-occupied Baltic countries of Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania. Was a non-violent revolution, which I think is, as much as I love, martial arts and all that, I do love it when people don't kill each other. So I respect the hell out of Estonians. Yeah, the 1991 revolution was bloodless, but the civil war in 1919 was not. Yeah, well, there's always something. Not civil war for independence. All right, before the Soviet, like Russification of the Baltic countries. This was getting independence from the Soviets before World War II. Oh, right. Sorry about that. I'm really bad at remembering history, and especially like the dates and years. Now I'm thinking, how should I do this? This whole part here. I don't know. We'll see. Might rough out the legs a bit more, like. From here and here probably. So now it's here to here and here. So I might just chisel it out again. Yeah. Yeah, I think we're gonna do it like saw this shoulder here. Take all this stuff out with the chisel, a saw and a chisel from both sides, and then we'll rough out the tail and the back of the head a little bit, and then we can start separating the head and the body a bit more. You guys think that's a good idea? I might drop the head down even further, like somewhere around like here. Like this might be a bit closer to what I'm imagining for a red panda. Here. Take all that off. Round out the head. And then round out the back of the head a bit more. Here. There we go. So I think I'm gonna go over to the workbench over there and do some more sawing and chiseling. So let's turn you guys around again. Hello. It's me in my glasses. Just take them off. I'm gonna keep the... No, I'm gonna take the headphones off too. But you guys can hear the music. Before we do that, I'm gonna go blow my nose. Be right back. Hello! Okay, we're back. Okay. We are back again. Oh my god, we're back again. Do you think if, like, y'all did try to become one country, be like too imperialistic or something like that, and that's why y'all wouldn't try it? Well, Finland, Finnish people have a bad case of being really racist a lot of times. So, I don't know, maybe. Ad start in 4 seconds. I'm sorry guys, see you later. Sorry, maybe I shouldn't have asked that. No, it's fine. It's completely fine. I am not one to shy away from the faults of my own country. It is exactly because I love Finland that I want it to be better. That's how I think everyone who thinks of themselves as, I guess, patriotic or whatever, should think. You can be proud of your country, but you should never try to minimize the harm you've done in the past, and should always strive to do better. No, there's nothing wrong with asking that. But honestly, I think a big part of not wanting to even try to make like a new country with whoever it is, Norway and Sweden, for example, is that Finnish people love their space. We Finns love having our own space. We love our own privacy. We love, you know, not having to worry about other people butting into our business. That's the Finnish way. Even though there's a lot of what we in Finland call naapurikateus, like neighbor jealousy in Finland. And Finns tend to have this attitude of, if you are happy and things are good, you shouldn't talk about it. Because otherwise it will be seen as bragging. There's a really old Finnish saying, like an aphorism. Se, kellä onni on, se onnen kätkeköön. Which means, like, he who has happiness should hide it. which I think is kind of sad. The attitude that you shouldn't show that you're happy because other people could be jealous. Like, I do think everyone deserves to be proud of if they like have gotten into a good point in their lives and be proud of their achievements. Like me, for example, I'm not like a YouTube star or anything, but I am happy about getting to 1,500 subscribers. That's pretty cool. And I find it extremely sad that other people would be like, oh, just keep it to yourself. You don't need to show off or whatever. Like, fuck you. I'm proud of what I've done, and I deserve to be happy about it. You know what I mean? I guess in context it makes sense. Yeah. Like, well, context matters in everything. Everything we do. People, I think, especially online these days, tend to forget about context. We've been going for 2.5 hours now. This is 2.5 hours of woodworking, I guess. I've been talking and everything else at the same time though, so it's not just woodworking. It's like watching IRL Minecraft. Nice. I'm glad you guys like it. I might do some more carving streams if you guys don't mind it. Because I like it. This is nice, just like talking, working. Especially if it's something like this, like a little stuff you want to work on, little tiny projects. There's there's a Finnish concept called puhdetyö, which is like, I don't know, the closest translation I think is like hobby work. It was usually like crafts, like indoor crafting things, like, you know, carving a spoon or fixing like a tool or something that you did when the weather was too bad to go do any outside work, like yard work or working in the field. So this gives me a sort of puhdetyö vibe, and I like it. Just hanging around with you guys and shooting the shit and doing some puhdetyö. That's the Finnish word of the day. Puhdetyö and chill. Okay, now we need to take this down a notch from here to here, so we can get the shape for the tail. This is gonna be tough. I might use the spoon carving knife for this pot. You see, we need to take all of this stuff out of here, and same here, all the way to this line. Still think I might shorten the head a bit. Maybe I'll shorten the head and push the sideburns around here to this line. So we can take about this much out of the head. So there's enough room for the tail behind there. I think I'm running out of steam right now. Getting kinda not tired, but like low energy. So we might end soon. We're about to hit the 3-hour mark anyway. So let's do it like this now. I'm gonna take it to my lap here, where I can work it a bit closer to my body. I think I'll hold your horses, Saturn. I think I'll go for like maybe 15 minutes more, and around the 3-hour mark. I'm gonna work on moving the sideburns line, this part here, around here, where I still have enough room to work on the back of the head, here and here. Yeah, if you need to go, Saturn, feel free to leave, but I'm gonna be here if you come back later. If you want to stay, be my guest. You're always welcome here. You're one of my most frequent viewers when it comes to people who are not either my friends in real life or other FinTubers. So I appreciate having you here. Excuse me. Jesus. Gotta check out something. Just a second. Yeah, okay. Back to the work. Maybe smoothen this line a bit more. Yeah, the right side is protruding way more here. Yep. Ba-da, ba-da. Okay. I think we're making some progress here. How would I show it? Okay. Can you see the difference between this side where I just took it down to the sideburn line here? How much more it looks like a red panda face shape now. Maybe if I show it from like this angle. It's a lot smoother, the curve. Now we just have to do the same to the other side. Uro, how you doing? Welcome. Nice to see you here. How's it going, buddy? Are you watching me at work again? I knew it. Well, feel free to take a breather here. We're doing woodworking for like maybe 10 more minutes. Yeah, we've been carving this red panda figure here. It doesn't look like much yet, but it will soon. I had a convention last week. It was amazing, and after that I came back straight to work. Every day something weird has happened here at work. Really? You got some stories you want to tell? I'm eager to hear crazy stuff at work. You really put the Ari in variety stream. Thanks. I do try my best. Although, I do think I'm kind of one note as a streamer. I do martial arts stuff, and that's it. Well, nothing crazy. The usual furry con where I'm with friends. Got to eat nice food nearby and sing edgy karaoke and guess anime openings until 5 a.m. in my hotel room. Sounds fun. I wouldn't mind a con experience like that, although I am not a furry myself. But every furry I have met so far has been really nice. It seems to be. Correct me if I'm wrong here, Kuro. But either furries are like the most reasonable, most well-behaved people, or raving lunatics. Most of the furries I've met during my time in certain circles, mostly like anime and convention circles, furries have been really nice. But then there's the rainforest kind of deal. It's a very diverse group, but we are all some kind of introvert or neurodivergent. Yeah, that makes sense. It's not the kind of. Guess it's not the kind of like community just a random Joe Schmo would stumble into. You have to kind of be into other subcultures to begin with. Be interested in less conventional forms of entertainment. Yeah, like saying all furries are just straight up perverts is also very much incorrect. Hey, we are getting pretty far here. I think we did some really good progress during the last hour or so. Yeah, carving is a lot of planning, trying to plan ahead, and then replanning because you failed. But I think it's about time to end the stream. So, if you would all be so kind as to join me on raiding someone, I would appreciate it. I have a lot of cleaning up to do here, so I'll probably have to vacuum my desk. Yeah, I think I'm gonna continue it on stream someday if I have the time and, you know, a chance to do it. I try not to stream too many times a week because, you know, it's heavy on my fiance as well if I stream all the time. Now she's away for the night, so I can stream a bit. I think we're gonna raid my Pupuna. Let's snooze the ads and raid Pupuna Mai. Pupuna Mai is a friend of mine, another FinTuber, and they're doing some kind of art. So yeah. Thanks everybody for coming to the stream. We did some good progress. Look at this. Very nice. My mustaches are all curly. Yeah. Thank you everybody. And I'll see you guys next time we stream. Maybe more woodworking. Maybe something else. Who knows? Oh. Cynthia, hello. Welcome to the stream. I'm terribly sorry, but we're just ending the stream right now. But this is what we did. It's gonna be a... what is it? A red panda. Thank you for joining. And I'll see you guys later. Take care.